All right, the market is about to open. All right, the market is open. So we have a double bottom here on my S4 support 6850. Yeah, I like the reaction. We've got a strong candle. Um, it will be a little bit tricky to go long because we still have yesterday's highs at 6870. I mean yesterday's lows. All right, so we got that pop and rejection. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen here. Ideally, what I would want to see is a sweep below pre-market lows. So sweep under S4 and then push back up higher. So far buyers are trying to push this higher. You see a lot of aggressive buying stepping in. Mm, yeah, kind of like that. So Nasdaq is just clearing yesterday's lows. SPY is still underneath yesterday's lows. A little bit of a divergence there. Okay, we're only 3 minutes in. Okay, so POC is at 68.61, and we already 68.61. We retested that once. Now we're retesting it for the second time right now. Nasdaq is pulling back. SPY testing VWAP. That's also our POC on ES. So far holding. 20 more seconds for the orb to form. I do like that. I do like the price action here. I like the aggressive buyers, but we do have delta is still negative. SPY has work to do. We're still underneath yesterday's lows. NASDAQ is leading. If we can hold this right here, I might try to go long here. I think I like these holds. Hold of the POC. All right, and so what's happening is the delta is negative, but we're failing to go lower. So that tells me we're going to try to push higher. I like that hold. POC. Okay, now we get that push lower. All right, I'm just going to draw my orb. All right, these sell orders are getting bought up here. Nasdaq is holding yesterday's lows, bouncing off of it, trying to push higher. It looks like we're going to get some sideways action. It's a battle. It's a battle right here. We have a balanced market. Retesting session lows, pre-market lows. We're holding. Nasdaq held VWAB, held yesterday's lows. It's pushing higher. Same SPY is just breaking, closing above VWAB. Wow, a lot of aggressive buying came in. Let's see if the buyers are going to get rewarded. It's a lot of aggressive buying here at around 68, 61. Actually 68, 61. And if we can now hold right here, point of control at 60, 61.75, yep. I like that earlier entry here.
Order submitted.
This is more of a momentum entry, just following the aggressive buyers. We haven't broken the orb just yet. There might be another retest of the VWAP deviation band right here.
Order filled.
Okay. So that was too early. Still choppy. So if we get all these buyers trapped and break the orb to the downside, we might be looking for a short play. There's also 100 EMA on the daily at 68.52, which is a really strong support. Okay, so now we're seeing some aggressive selling, 68.50, and they will probably get absorbed at this point. All right, continuing to push lower. S4. All right, so this is the key moment here, because SPY is testing pre-market lows. Nasdaq is testing low of the day and pre-market low. All right, I do like this absorption. I like that reversal. Where is this on the 16-minute? Okay, so we're reclaiming. I like that a lot. So this is that's the sweep that I was hoping to get, and now let's see what happens if we get rejections of the low of the day, or if we can actually hold that and push higher. S4 is critical over here. Mm-hmm.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, going long, putting stop loss underneath this candle. My target will be high of the day, top of the orb. I might even add to this position. Yeah, Nasdaq is leading. Nasdaq is above yesterday's lows right now. SPY wants to follow. Well, what I do see, if we do follow, let me check if Nasdaq breaks the high of the day and continues higher. I think SPY and ES will follow. So the target can be even moved higher than that. So Nasdaq broke the high of the day but got rejected. SPY has rejected a VWAP. Yep. All right. Let's see if we can hold that S4. It looked good. No, not so much. Okay. We are in a downtrending market right now, so going long is tricky. Yeah, I don't like these wicks. Okay, so some selling came in, but we're still pushing higher. Yeah, I think we have a chance for this to work out. I'm gonna move my stop loss closer. Just protect myself a little more. Yeah, we've got a good entry. It's a really good entry. So since Nasdaq broke high of the day, it's pushing higher. I believe SPY will follow. So I'm gonna move the target. Yeah, so ES is fighting that point of control. We are in the value area, so it can go either way. We're right in the middle of it. We did hold the lower deviation band on the VWAP. Now SPY is retesting VWAP, and then Nasdaq is testing high of the day. Okay, I'll be right back. Looks like it's still anybody's game. Hmm. SPY is really struggling to even test high of the day. And Nasdaq already broke it and is retesting it. I'm having trust issues at this point. Again. All this selling gets absorbed in this area, but that can change. So I'm not loving it anymore. Still like it because of this manipulation and then reversal. I like that. But I don't love this action over here. I think we can still go lower right now. That's the problem. That I have my stop loss pretty tight because of my first loser. I really want to see this play out and don't want to get tagged. Come on, let's clear the room here. Yeah, another wick, another rejection. A lot of selling pressure. I'm just looking for a short squeeze at this point here. All the selling pressure gets squeezed and fuels the push higher. No. Wow. So, man. Mm-mm. I I'm so tempted to move my stop loss to break even. I really, this is not what I wanted to happen. SPY is under VWAP, keeps rejecting. Nasdaq pulled back to VWAP. It might just flush through it. Come on. I do like my entry, and that's the thing is I'm not gonna get another entry at that price level if I get out now. Okay, let's see. Ay, ay, ay. What a nightmare. Jesus. We really need like a nice strong green candle that's just gonna clear this crap. We can't get through the value area and point of control, so we're still underneath that. It just tells me that sellers still in control. Is just how is it gonna, yeah, another aggressive selling getting absorbed. Is this gonna continue like that for a while? Man, there's a lot of sellers selling into the 100 EMA, and there must be limit orders sitting there at that level. So I'm hoping all those limit orders will absorb the selling pressure, and we get that push higher. Wow. Hmm. I was gonna say finally some hope, but there you go. Now I want to see more aggressive buying, but I can tell by just the speed of that candle. We got a lot of orders absorbed, a lot of sellers cleared. Yeah, there's that fuel. There's that buying. I want to see if I can take advantage of that move, and I'll try to trend my stop or even just watch for price action and place my target accordingly. We still haven't broken the highs of the day, but once we do, I think we have a lot of room to go. Yeah, SPY has that double bottom yesterday, and the Nasdaq cleared both of it. Okay, now we're seeing some selling coming in around this high of the day, but we are above the point of control value area. It's a really nice candle that cleared everything here. Yeah, I like that for the break. Okay, there's some profit taking for sure. Okay, so we held the POC value area high. I want to see us close above the high of the day, that's for sure, because we're still playing these games. Sideways tricky action. Okay. Price action is not really that clear. There's a lot of wicks both ways. It's still a battle here. I want to see a continuation. It's hard to get that right now. I like that wick that was absorbed. Okay, so we're pushing through high of the day. We're testing lows of yesterday on SPY. We're about to hit lows of yesterday on ES. Okay, a lot of aggressive buying through the area. I like that. I'm gonna let that break. See how that candle closes. And I'll just bring my stop loss to high of the day just to lock in profits. If I were to trade the orb to the outside, that's still it looks like a valid play. So that's almost like another trade itself. We pushed off of value area high, cleared the highs of the day. I like that. Let's just see if we can get a continuation because we are getting absorbed both ways. Looks like we're gonna hold yesterday's lows. I'm slowly moving my target up, and then I'll get my stop loss underneath yesterday's lows. Okay, I'm moving the stop loss. We're now also hitting the VWAP on ES. Let's see how we react to that. Still nice. Great. Perfect. So much aggressive buying right here. Can't even see the candles. I like the delta. Delta is super strong. Super strong. We do have the fuel to go higher. We have the support of the buyers. We're holding key levels, breaking through key levels. I think there's room to go. I'm going to try to maximize this. The next key level for me also will be the upper deviation band of the VWAP. Right now we're trying to hold the VWAP itself on ES. We might come back, retest yesterday's lows. But because we have such a nice entry, I'm not too concerned about these pullbacks. I can still lock in 3-1, risk the reward even if we fail to hold sessions high. Where's my... All right, so let's see. So entry right here, stop loss. Yep. And then 4R. 4R is literally the high of the day. This is a key spot also. We're trying to hold yesterday's lows, VWAP on ES. And then if we push through this, then the next level really is 68.95ish, or 90.92 where the upper deviation band is. Yeah, I think I would like that for a target. It's looking excellent at this point. This is exactly what we want to see in the trending moves, trending session. See higher lows, and we see a lot of aggressive buying. Buyers are willing to pay higher prices. Still really nice. Still a healthy pullback, pulling back to VWAP yesterday's lows. We may even try to test the lows. Test the lows on SPY, which would be around my stop loss, which is high of the day here. Probably gonna give it a little bit more room here. I like how it's pulling back. It looks like a controlled pullback to me. There is a lot of aggressive buying at this level. I don't think we're trapping buyers. I think it's still an uptrend. Let's see. Wait and see. SPY might try to push lower and test the VWAP. Actually touch the VWAP again. It's possible. If it does, it will be tricky to go long again because we're going to close under yesterday's lows, which is around this area. This is where I want to see us bounce back higher. If not, I'll just take my 3.5 hour and close the trade. That's what's about to happen, I think. Hey puppy. Hey scratchy boy. Hey scratchy.
Order filled.
Yep. And that's okay. And I might take another trade if we test the VWAP come back up and we still have a valid orb to the upside. It was a pretty big swing high from the lows to the highs, and that's why we see that pullback in the middle of the area, and that's also a POC. Right now we're testing POC, which is a VWAP on SPY. But for me to take another trade would be bounce off of that area, close above the orb, and then try to take it higher. Okay, so we held that. We held the VWAP. Testing lows, yesterday's lows. Okay.
Order submitted.
All right, I got another entry. I'm in. We bounced off of VWAP. We cleared yesterday's lows. I think there's another leg higher here. That would be a valid orb setup by itself. If this stops me out, I'm unfortunately I'll be break even for the day. Moving the target TP to upper deviation band. The market needs to make a higher high. This really is a critical area right here. If we fail to make a higher high, make a lower high, this can turn around. Maybe it's gonna try to test the view up again. ES keeps rejecting yesterday's lows. That's my concern, is that we trapped all these buyers above yesterday's low and now we're rejecting it, so we really need to clear that level. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, not a fan how this is trading or how the price action is moving. Nasdaq really broke, touched the high of the day, made a higher high, and immediately pulled back. SPY didn't even do that. It's making a lower high. We're back underneath yesterday's lows. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Tough hour to trade for sure. Okay, that's nice. Well, let me check where we are on the daily and SPY and NASDAQ. Yeah, that's not easy to clear this area. There's some prior pivot lows. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say I'm not sold on this anymore.
Order filled.
Okay, so something got filled.
Stop filled.
All right. Yeah, that sucks. Pretty much break even a little down on the day. We're now testing VWAP again. But we're closing under yesterday's lows. And that's concerning for the bulls. Well, now we see a lot of selling coming in, but it's not pushing the stock lower. We're not pushing ES lower. Yeah, now I do like it. I really do like it again. I need to see this candle close. Yeah, give me the retest. What keeps me interested is the delta and the point of control that we keep holding. We're above point of control. We're within the VWAP deviation bands.
Order
I'm gonna jump in
submitted.
here, put the stop loss underneath this candle. Hopefully we can ride it this time. Target, upper deviation band. Okay. Now it's looking juicy. So we had to retest the VWAP basically 3 times on SPY in order to push higher. Now SPY is testing high of the day. Nasdaq is testing high of the day. If we go to 5-minute chart on both of them, once this gets cleared and looks like it should, then there's really not that much until 688. We're at 685 on SPY. We have $3 more, I believe. Nasdaq has also about $3 worth of move. ES retesting S3. If we actually hold S3, I'll just move my stop loss to that level. And then try to ride it. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna hold VWAP on ES. We're above yesterday's lows. VWAP. I have a 21 EMA on SPY. That's holding. just see where my 321 actually is. Okay, so it is at S2 level. I'm gonna keep that on the chart. Very nice. Okay, I think it's safe to move the stop loss to S3, underneath S3. Now we're pushing higher. We broke through highs, through the highs of the session. See if I'm not missing anything. Okay, good. Very nice. This is exactly how the uptrend should look, with the aggressive buying supporting the move. There goes my 321. Reward to risk. Let's see how we react to this area. We're getting a little bit of rejection. We close underneath. Okay. We might expect. Let me take a look here. The 1 minute chart still looks decent, looks good on the SPY, looks good on NASDAQ. It wasn't much of a retracement. It wasn't really a key level. I think I'm gonna try to trail this stop and leave my target at the upper deviation band. All right, so we're pulling back, testing the highs of the session, the previous highs. Nasdaq is leading again. Okay, we do want to see that controlled pullback and then continuation higher. Let's see how we react to S3. All right, now I have to move my stop loss here. I can't keep it in that area. Look at all this selling that just came in into VWAP on ES and into S3 area. Lots of selling. There's lots of buying here. Didn't get rewarded. We pulled back. We've seen a lot of selling here. This area will really define where I leave my stop loss. We did hit my 3R target. I didn't take it. Trying to capitalize a bigger move since we're trending. It does feel though like I'm leaving money on the table today. These pops get sold into, and if I just took my 3R full 3Rs, I would have been better off. That's what it seems like in today's session.
Order
Yeah,
filled.
I hate the fact that yeah, that makes you upset. That's what really bothers a trader, when you hit your target and you don't take the profit, then pulls back to break even. It was a really good trade. That's what messes with you. So now we're dipping again, and this is where, you know, this is where you buy the dip, holding yesterday's lows, and then you sell into these pops. It's just as simple as that.
Order
We're
submitted.
gonna try another trade.
Order filled.
That one did feel like a revenge trade. Hmm. Yeah, I'm really not happy how I managed that trade. 3-1 is what's been working the best for me, and I should just have stick to that. Yep. So Nasdaq is retesting VWAP. SPY is retesting yesterday's lows again. We're holding the orb. ES is rejecting yesterday's lows again.
Order
All right,
submitted.
I'm in. This has to be my final trade. I am down 1.5 hour for the day after my profit taking mistakes. That's still 3-2-1. My entry here is a little late. I don't love it. I'm gonna bring my stop. It's too wide. I'm gonna bring it close to yesterday's lows. That will put me target price. I'm gonna see if I can hold until high of the day S2. So I'm risking about 160 per account to make 500 per account. and it is Friday. So this price action is killing a lot of option premiums for people who trade 0 DTE. Market will really test you as a trader on days like that. It's a really nice strong candle. There you go. Let's just test the highs. I mean, we haven't really moved that much in the session and the futures. It's 40 points. There's more room to go. SPY has about a $4 range between the lows and the highs. All right, let's see if I. All right, so we're hitting 3-1 again now. I've made that mistake before. So I'm gonna watch this right here and then continue to trail that stop. All right, so we're pushed through that. I have my stop right underneath that candle. Sell limit.
Order filled.
Okay. Tough trading day. Should have made more, even with the way the market traded. Should have made more had I just stuck to my 3-1 risk to reward. All right, that's it for me. I'm not trying to be greedy or overtrade here. Still looks like there's more room to the upside. It's just how we're trading is very difficult. I'll take my wins. All right. That's it for the stream.